Hello, Grail of the Serpent, your favorite sorcerer here. And yesterday, a good friend of mine contacted me with a request. I can't go into details, however, a loved one of his was struggling with, let's call it, spiritual problems. I really don't know how much I can share here, but the bottom line is she was not doing well. She had real physical symptoms that were caused by spiritual issues. And when I say spiritual, I also mean spirit, entity issues, right? So he contacted another friend of his, as well as me, and asked me to help whatever I could do, some remote ritual and whatnot. And that ritual is already done. But I thought that what I did there, and essentially the theory that it is based on, or the understanding of spirituality and energies and how they interact with the mind and the spirit world, that could be a valuable lesson to whoever watches this channel, right? So today I'm going to do a balancing ritual, which is the essence of this lesson, essentially, right? Today I'm going to do a balancing ritual for myself and others, for some other individual that I'm not going to name, which is not that person that my friend asked me help for. And I'm gonna balance something out. Now, why balance? See, balance is the nature of the universe. Everything in nature is balanced, right? The world outside, the universe, is never out of balance. It is us that are out of balance. And oftentimes the reason why we are out of balance is because we hold on to something. That could be an idea, it could be a certain experience, could be many, many different things. And we hold on to that subconsciously. And that prevents the natural energy flow that is supposed to go through us. You see, we're connected to an ocean of energy, the whole universe. Let's call it God, let's call it, the cosmic mind, whatever you want to call that, right? That is one energy field. In quantum physics, that is also established and acknowledged as a field of potentiality, potential energy. And within that, we have amalgamations and conglomerates of more, dense, dense accumulations of energy, such as, among others, physical objects and physical bodies, right? So, but that doesn't mean that these things are not connected to the ocean. And if we allow ourselves to become resistant to the flow of energy of this ocean, which essentially is balance, we suffer and we get destroyed over time. It's just a matter of time. You cannot fight the universe. You're not that strong. So, negative entities or, spiritual attacks and all these things can only attach themselves to imbalanced people if the energies within the individual become imbalanced, which once again is a result of that resistance to the flow of energy in the universe. That person becomes unstable and susceptible to negative spiritual influences and spiritual attacks. You see, therefore, from a point of view of a magician, that is more exposed than the average person to spiritual energies. It is even more more important to take care of your balance, right? So the bare minimum is meditation. I keep saying that again and again and again. But on top of that, you should do things like yoga, like Tai Chi. You should be aware of your diet, for instance. I am a vegan, okay, and the reason for that is because the energies from plant food are just easier to integrate and to digest. They also contain a lot of information that other foods would not have. And when I say vegan, I mean mostly raw vegan too. So a lot of the enzymes and the information is still in the food. Now, whether you do that or not, that is an individual decision, and usually it takes time to move into that direction and to see that as the correct way of eating for yourself. But that is not even the point. The real point is balance. Balance is a result of understanding one's position in the universe. And that real strength and power resides in the ability to let the greater self take over. That is also the basis for our ability to do magic. It is not the physical body or the brain or any of those things that do the magic, that do spells. It is the magician's ability to connect to the greater mind, and then to act as the greater mind, and to move the tides of this greater universe in alignment with his will. That is magic. That is witchcraft. And part of that, of course, are also spirits and entities that are part of this ocean. But they're all subject to the magician's will, right? But it all starts with being able to connect to this greater mind. Hey friends, how are you doing? See, what is crucial to understand is that magic is in some way or another a rebalancing act, or a way of recreating a new equilibrium. Like I said earlier, I think I mentioned it, this universe is never out of balance. Humans can be out of balance, which leads to destruction. So, the magician or the sorcerer or the shaman or whoever, we merge with the one, with the greater mind. And as the greater mind, we change the equilibrium, we change the balance within maybe an individual, within a certain situation, and at a microscopic level, that will be to our own personal benefit or to the benefit of whoever we're working for. But always understand that where one thing is taken, another thing will be given somewhere else, and vice versa. So, why am I saying this, and what is the deeper meaning of it? The pieces, and those pieces include also ideas, strategies, as well as, emotions that need to be part of the ritual will be given to you. the pieces, the tools for the ritual are going to come to you. And also the right idea how to structure the ritual and what to do is going to come to you in preparation for the ritual. So when a ritual is done good and correctly, find a way first to connect to the greater mind in some way or another, right? Now, you could walk through, let's say, a natural environment where this is not completely natural here, obviously. It's not a forest. But it is closer to nature than what I was surrounded by earlier. But in a way, the natural structures allow you an easier access to the macrocosm, And at the end of the day, the microcosm is connected and it's reflected in the macrocosm. So every piece of nature can allow you access to the mind of God, for lack of a better word. You just have to learn how to access it. Every tree has its individual consciousness. But at the same time, it is also an access point to the whole. You just need to have the eyes to see. The inner eyes that need to be developed. See. Everything that nature gives you must come from somewhere else. So, sometimes when I do rituals in the Palo religion, Palo Mayombe, which I'm initiated in, I'm a Tata Nkisi, a high priest in that religion. You need to give offerings to the gods that rule over the specific elements that you were using in the ritual, right? And the same applies to many other religions, actually. Even Catholicism does something similar when it comes to the worship of saints and others, right? But the bottom line is, even if you consider yourself some sort of freestyle or chaos magician, you would do well in giving offerings, acknowledging the forces that you're calling upon as responsible for the work and the result, because you are a vessel. When I say you, I mean your body and your energy field, your mind, your emotions. They're all just a vessel, but you are not those things. You are connecting to your true self, which is the macrocosm. And that greater identity, the daemon, if you will, is able to reshape the physical universe, the very fabric of reality, creating a new equilibrium. But remember that at a microscopic level, the beneficial thing that you have created, or the thing that is beneficial to one, can be detrimental to another. It is simply a new equilibrium. Everything must be balanced out. Everything in the universe is balanced out. After day, there's night. Up, down, happiness, sadness, tears, laughter, pain, pleasure. And in the totality, it is balanced. There's light and there's dark. So if you create light on the one side, or when you create light on one side, understand that somewhere else shadows will be cast. And the brighter you shine, my friend, the brighter you shine, the more shadows will be cast. See you in the next part. Bye-bye. Welcome to the ritual part. I will now do a ritual in which I'm going to help someone that I know. And I'm going to alleviate bad luck from that individual. Now, this is not the friend of my good friend. It's a different person. But she is not doing well, and I will help her. I will alleviate bad luck, and I will turn it into good luck. I'll change her energy and the dynamics in her life. But remember what I said earlier about balance. The universe is in balance. It's always in harmony. It's an equilibrium. So understand that whenever you create one thing, you will also create the opposite. And I got the Buddha here to remind us of that truth. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to transfer bad luck onto someone else. So I will create good luck for her. I will transfer bad luck to him. So unknowingly, they're both going to play. Well, she's going to know after seeing this video, right? But he's not going to know. Unknowingly, he's going to play a part in an energy dynamic that serves her very, very well, him not so much. However, he's going to be an unknowing participant in that dynamic. Wherever there's light, there's dark. And wherever there's pleasure, there's suffering. Understand that. I wish it was different too. I wish it was different. Now, I'm just going to let you know what I'm doing during the ritual and what's going on in my mind, what energies I'm connecting to, and hopefully it will serve you and will help you. Now, before I begin this ritual, I assume that you're a sane individual. This is an artistic expression of personal ideas and beliefs, spiritual beliefs. I do not tell anyone to do the same thing. In fact, I recommend against that. Do not do what I do. This is on camera now. You are responsible for your own actions. Understand that. I will not take responsibility for anything that you do. So let's begin. I'm already cleansed in a relaxed state. And I'm going to open the ritual now. So whenever you do a ritual, the first thing you do is you enter an altered state of consciousness, which is a relaxed state. In the beginning of the ritual, it will be very, very alpha. Alpha meaning it's not a deep trance, it's just slightly relaxed, so you can pay attention more to the energies around you. And the energies within, of course, as within. So a good way to do so is to just focus on your breathing. Pay attention to it and observe what's going on within you. You must connect to the ocean of energy that flows through all of us. The quantum field, or whatever you want to call that. And in fact, that is what you are at all times. You're not your body. The body is a vessel for a greater mind flowing through it. Your ego is mistaken. And as you become closer or more like this greater mind, all is accessible. The inner world can access other bodies, for lack of a better word, other people's energies, energy signatures. So this is what we call creating a psychic link. I'm just gonna focus and connect to the individual that I want to create a psychic link with her energy. That's my friend now. Now remember, this is not just a slight thought that you get, it's you in tune with this energy field. You must focus on her until you see and feel her as clearly as if she was here. You must experience her as if she's there in front of you. And not only that, I want to capture her essence, for lack of a better word. So let me focus on her 1 second. Now my inner vision activates. What is my inner vision? It's my third eye. And whatever I focus on with my energy now is going to appear, whether it's the spirit, the astral kingdom, the surface of Jupiter or the moon. No, it's not my imagination. This is real. I see the real thing. Do you understand? The magical imagination, and yours too, is limitless. You just have to develop it and access it. It's the gateway into the physical from the spiritual. So okay, got her. Now, as the psychic link was established, I created a symbol, which I'm not going to show you, which is now the psychic link to her. And I'm going to do the same thing with the individual that is going to be the other end of the dynamic. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, connecting to this guy. I know. All right, good. Bring him closer, bring him closer, bring him closer. Make him as solid as you can. To the point where you can even smell him. Feel his energy. Now, that's been established too. So now, I've created 2 psychic links. Now, you must understand that in order to accomplish certain things, there are usually, magically, there are 2 ways of doing so. One of them is pure, raw power and force, which is the not so smart way. The smarter way is, and that's a lot of the essence of what the left-hand path is about. We use back doors, but that's also a forbidden art. We hijacking use powers and currents that are not supposed to be used by humans. So what I'm attempting to do here is to change essentially a karmic situation, right? I want to do something that is very forbidden. I want to change the karmic dynamic of those two people and their lives in the future. Hard to say for how long that dynamic is going to take place, but it will definitely take place. So I could try to use raw force and willpower. However, there's also another way, a forbidden way, a forbidden back door. And I'm not even aware if anyone has ever used it the way I'm going to use it. Because, once again, this is forbidden. And I don't even think anyone, never mind. I've never heard anyone use it, but here's the first time that you hear it from me. There's an entity called Fudumyo. Fudumyo is for lack of a better word, a demon hunter. It's a Japanese entity out of a Buddhist tradition. And this entity's job is to help humans transcend unrefined consciousness. He burns karmic ties. He burns karmic ties. And as such, he has a lot of power over karma. So what I'm going to do now, which now it makes sense what I'm about to say. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to invoke Fudumyo. I'm going to become Fudumyo, for lack of a better word. I'm going to become him. And as him, I am going to create the astral blueprint. And the astral is not the highest level that we're going to have, or the deepest level that we're going to have to go to in this ritual. But I'm going to create an astral dynamic, an astral blueprint for what I want to take place. Now let's begin. I'm not going to tell you the details on how I invoke Fudumyo, but one of the elements that I use is a certain visualization. It's a sword mudra. You know, the sword mudra. You take it out, and now you got a sword, you see? A sword that allows you to direct energy. And in this case, Fudumyo's energy. So let's begin. Now, in order to invoke Fudumyo, in order to connect to that energy, there are certain visualizations that are necessary, which I'm not going to share with you. But just observe, and I'm going to let you in on what I can share. Now I've got contact established. I'm with him astrally. I'm with him. Communicating. I'm in his realm with him. Now, I received the symbol that represents that dynamic. All right. Okay, so. All rules exist at a certain level of consciousness. When you transcend that, many rules don't apply anymore. So now, next, we gotta go deeper than that. I gotta connect to, I'm gonna connect to the currents below all currents, the current at the source of creation, you might say, or even beyond that, below that, outside of creation. What I like to use is the universal hexagram to access that, because the way I interpret it, Crowley created it to symbolize exactly that. A gateway, an access point to that realm, for lack of a better word. Is it a realm? I don't know if you can call it a realm even. But who's going to await me there is Lucifer. I already know. I already know why, because Lucifer is everywhere. Years ago, I wrote a text in which I described Lucifer as the light. Wherever there's consciousness, that's where he is. And that is very true. So I'm gonna now bring this attempt to Lucifer and see what he has to say. See what he has to say. So. That's my coal. I don't know if you can see it. Charcoal. Man, it's been a while since I've done a ritual on video for you guys. Right? So, I'm going to open the sigil. I'm going to open the card as a sigil. Now, mind you, don't do what I do, because Crowley was a prick. I'm telling you, Crowley created all kinds of traps, connection to negative entities, nasty things in almost all of his writings. Why? I don't know. To confuse people, to just for fun. He was a sick fuck. Straight up, sick fuck. So, and the same applies to this universal hexagram. So don't do this yourself. I'm just showing you something. Don't do it yourself. So let's see. Lucifer. Now I'm just going to call Lucifer. I'm not going to tell him where he should manifest, but the atmosphere of this incense is, as far as I know, I'm actually certain about that, conducive to him. So he's going to come closer. I already feel the presence here. What you do with incense like that is you just scry. You just scry, let the incense burn and come and then grow. And you scry. Lucifer. Okay, I see him now. Lucifer. Thank you for coming. Lucifer. What do you have to teach us? Whatever you break makes you what you used to break. Whatever you conquer must be followed by retreat. Every single thing that you accept will become one with you. Therefore, be careful how and who you possess, because freedom lies in knowing this truth. Brighter the day, darker the night. Right now, you are me, brighter than the light itself. Create the difference between all things within yourself, and you will be the gateway into all of existence. Be ready for that. You will be. Now, show me. Good. We're gonna put the symbol that I received earlier. We're going to put the symbol that I received earlier onto the candle. Thank you, Lucifer. And then the ritual's done. Hopefully you got something out of this. Don't do this at home. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.